I never would have thought that these dragons in front of me are insanely strong, yet all they do is eat and sleep. Literally too lazy to even move. And what's even crazier is, they'll still get stronger tomorrow, even living like this. That's because these aren't just any dragons. They're ancestral dragons with the purest bloodline. Since they're born as the most perfect beings, all ancestral dragons live by one ultimate philosophy: be lazy. If you're born this overpowered, why bother moving? And guess what? I got reincarnated as an ancestral dragon egg. I thought being this strong meant I'd hatch and rule the world immediately. But turns out all ancestral dragons have to follow 4 strict laws set by Dragon Island. Problem is, each law is more ridiculous than the last. When I was still an egg, the Dragon King laid out these 4 iron laws. All ancestral dragons must remember these by heart. First, never actively start training. Training is an extremely childish behavior. Second, never feel jealous of others. Jealousy is poison that corrodes the dragon race. Third, never fantasize about the future. Fantasy damages dragon dignity. Finally, never make contact with lower races. Contact leads to corruption. These 4 commandments, all ancestral dragons must obey. If any dragon dares break even one, something truly terrifying will happen. At first, I didn't think it was hard. I actually thought it was great. Since my past life, I was a 40-year-old corporate slave, working 996 every single day. Elderly parents, young kids, and a mortgage in between. Couldn't rest a single day, scared I'd get fired for one bad performance. Now I can rest openly? Sounds too good to be true. But over time, I realized I was wrong. 15 years have passed since I came to this world. For 15 years, all I do is eat and sleep. Zero entertainment, it's unbearably boring. On top of that, I've done nothing, yet my magic power keeps growing non-stop. Now I can casually flap my wings and wipe out an entire mountain. But my mental growth? Completely stagnant. Makes sense though. Ancestral dragons live for tens of millions of years easily. Thinking about living like this for that long, I'd rather just smash my head and die. Finally, one day, I tried talking to an ancestral dragon thousands of years older than me. Sis, I've got something to ask you. Go ahead, what is it? If a dragon breaks the 4 iron laws, what terrible thing actually happens? The moment I said that, her lazily swaying tail stopped and her eyes slowly opened. I could clearly feel her drowsiness fading away. I thought she'd scold me, but instead she gave me an unexpected answer. Nothing happens at all. They'll just call you a fallen dragon, that's it. It's just a title. You won't be expelled or attacked by other dragons, and there's no punishment whatsoever. Other dragons probably won't even bother scolding you, because everyone finds it too troublesome. No one cares. No one's gonna deal with it either, since we're all too lazy. I never imagined that these so-called iron laws were really just guidelines hoping everyone would follow them. Since birth, I've been afraid to do anything because of these laws. But now that no one cares what I do, it's time to go all out. I immediately thought of a forbidden zone on the south side of the island. I'd always been curious what was there. I quickly arrived and saw an unusual cave below. On a stone outside the entrance were 8 words. Heart's Treasury, no entry. So this forbidden zone is actually a treasury. I looked around. No guards. No barriers. No surveillance presence. Nothing at all, just a sign saying no entry. 0 security measures whatsoever. Very on brand for ancestral dragons. As I walked in, I was surprised to find it way more spacious than expected, with countless magic-infused crystals embedded in the ceiling, and piles of gold and treasure covering the ground. But I didn't even glance at those, because up ahead stood rows and rows of bookshelves. After 15 years, I finally saw books again, that faint scent of ink still lingering on them. I missed it so much. I randomly grabbed a magic tome from the shelf. Combining my past life's knowledge with an ancestral dragon's magic perception, I quickly finished reading this basic magic theory book. My first reaction was, what a waste, these books full of human wisdom. Or just gathering dust here. Absolute waste. Those lazy dragons have no idea how satisfying learning is. Ancestral dragons never use magic skills because just one casual physical strike matches the power of a large-scale spell, so there's no need to study magic manipulation. Then I noticed a book in the corner titled Transformation Magic. By reorganizing your own magic, you can transform into different forms. At that moment, a wild idea popped into my head. If I use this, does that mean I could transform into a human and go to the human world, leaving this quiet, boring Dragon Island? Getting more and more excited, I immediately started reading. Strangely enough, in my past life, I couldn't focus for even 10 minutes at a desk. But now I can read through multiple books in one go, and no matter how much knowledge I absorb, my brain doesn't feel tired. I thought to myself, ancestral dragons truly are perfect beings. After reading several basic magic books, I found out that besides controlling magic to change appearance, you can also suppress magic output. If I appeared in the human world like this, even in human form, my magic would still leak out unconsciously, and anyone with decent perception would instantly know I'm different. But once I learned to suppress my magic, I'll be no different from a regular human. With that thought, I immediately started practicing. The book says, transformation magic is essentially about magic arrangement and mass control. Reading deeper, the principle is actually pretty simple. You just reconstruct your magic into a different shape. This reconstruction depends entirely on the caster's imagination, so as long as you picture your ideal self in your mind and overlay it with magic, you'll transform into that form. At first, I tried to imagine my past life's appearance, but it's been too long. I barely remember what I looked like, only a rough outline. So I used my old face as a base and added a sharp nose, deep-set eyes, smooth hair, creating an anime isekai hero look. If I'm gonna transform into a human, might as well be a handsome guy, right? That's just human nature. As the transformation magic activated, my whole body turned into particles of light and gradually vanished. The next second, a standard isekai hero form appeared. In the 16th year after reincarnation, I became human again. Well, my core is still a dragon, but I can finally go to the human world. But now's not the time yet. I still need to learn more about the outside world. After that, I stayed in the Heart's Treasury for over a decade, reading a full 10,000 books. Each time my knowledge grows, so does my longing for the outside world. But even after reading over 10,000 books, that's still less than a tenth of what's here. To read everything in this treasury would take at least 100 more years. I can't wait that long. I'll come back later when I have time. But before leaving, there's one thing I need to do. Luxia sis, this big sis is my only friend on Dragon Island. Though we've barely talked. I should at least say goodbye before leaving. When she saw me, she immediately asked if I was dressed up to go traveling, but wondered why I hadn't finished reading all the books in the Heart's Treasury yet. I was surprised by her words. Sis, if you knew I was in the Heart's Treasury all along, why didn't you stop me? Luxia calmly replied, too much trouble. If you think the outside world is interesting, then go check it out. Hearing that answer left me speechless for a moment. Over these decades, she's been the only one I could talk to normally. Even though her responses are always nonchalant, if it wasn't for her, loneliness would have swallowed me whole by now. Thanks, Luxia. She didn't say anything more after that, just closed her eyes and went back to sleep. But after sensing I'd walked away, she used the dragon race's unique telepathy to say, you silly kid, be careful out there. I believe in you. No matter where you go, you'll be just fine. Those words deeply touched me. I didn't expect anyone here would believe in me. At this moment, my new life truly begins. I believe my future will be incredible.
According to the books, the nearest place with human activity is still pretty far.
At my flying speed, it'll take at least 2.5 months. Sounds like a while, but for an ancestral dragon with near infinite lifespan, it's nothing. In a flash, a few months passed, and I could vaguely see man-made structures ahead. To avoid causing a scene, just before reaching the human town, I activated transformation magic, but forgot I was still in the sky. Humans can't fly, so I went straight down, crashing hard into the ground. The earth shattered, dust flew everywhere, and the shockwave disrupted the air. I awkwardly stood up, brushed the dust off my clothes, acting like nothing happened. I thought no one saw me, but turns out not only were there people here, I landed smack in the middle of them. Right now, in front of me is a blonde girl, and behind me is a demon dragon. This is super awkward. You guys busy? Did I interrupt something? Clearly, the girl in front of me is terrified and has no energy to respond to me. But man, this girl is really cute. I haven't seen a human girl in like half a century, even accounting for some bias. Her face and figure are way too perfect. To avoid being mistaken for a bad guy by this pretty stranger, I quickly tried to reassure her. Don't be scared, little miss. I'm not a bad guy, okay? Right as I finished, the girl suddenly drew her sword and pointed it forward with a guarded look. At first, I thought my identity was exposed, but that's impossible. Then I turned to look where she was pointing. Oh, I see. No wonder she's so tense. With a demon dragon, that big radiating evil energy, any normal human would be nervous and scared. Wait, is this kid a fallen dragon too? But doesn't look like an ancestral dragon. His magic power is way too low, probably not even 1% of mine. But weirdly enough, why does this kid keep glaring at me with fierce eyes? Does he think I'm his prey? I mean, we're distantly related, right? Why is he staring at me like that? Then it hit me. I've transformed into a human and suppressed all my magic. Right now, I just look like an ordinary human to everyone else. Looks like he totally misunderstood. I was about to explain, but he'd already taken a battle stance, ready to attack at any moment. I glanced back at the blonde beauty. I really don't want to embarrass myself in front of a girl, but I also don't want to reveal my power here. So I chose the best solution. Hey buddy, sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. This is your territory, right? We'll leave right now, okay? To this demon dragon, he was probably just chilling in his territory, but I interrupted him, so he's pissed. Now that I've sincerely apologized, he should calm down, right? I was wrong. He opened his mouth, energy gathering inside, a breath attack about to fire at us. Looks like my words not only didn't work, they actually made him angrier. Suddenly, I heard danger from behind me, and the blonde girl jumped right in front of me. The attack hit her dead on. I never expected she'd step up to protect me, but how could a weak girl withstand a dragon's attack? I watched her get blasted into a tree and collapse motionless. My mind went completely blank. This is way beyond what I expected. As the demon dragon in front of me took another battle stance, a natural smile crept across my face, but the friendly look in my eyes was gone. Doesn't matter anymore. I wanted to handle this peacefully, but you attacked first. Guess you didn't sense my sincerity at all.